Hi there, my name is Philip Coutinho and I'm part of the product line management team at SKF MPT with the responsibility for the development of lubrication equipment. Today, I'll show you how quick and easy it is to set up your automatic lubricators using SKF Dialset. Setting up automatic lubricators doesn't need to be necessarily difficult, and therefore we'll show you in 4 easy steps how to do it. So without further delay, let's go for it.
Alright, so the first step in setting up your automatic lubricators is to access the SKF Dialset application. You can do so with your everyday browser, web browser in this case, either via your personal computer or with your smartphone. The SKF Dialset is a fully web-based application, so it doesn't need to be installed on your personal computer before being used. After accessing the SKF Dialset application, you are greeted with this interface, where you can select the bearing that you intend to lubricate. You can specify the operating conditions of your application, and you can also select the lubricant and the lubricator that you intend to use. All of these parameters will have an influence on the end result that you can see here on the right. Let's move forward with step 2, so the bearing selection. To select the bearing, you can either use the search functionality of the bearing selector. You can search for an existing bearing designation, and SKF Dialset will autofill all the bearing fields. I'll just try it with another one now. Or you can manually select from our bearing selector drop-down box and personalize the bearing that you intend to lubricate. Some bearings will have additional options for customization. After the bearing selection, we can move on to the operating conditions. So step 3. Within the operating conditions, we can customize how our application will look like. We can adjust the speed. You can notice here that we have an error message saying that the lubricator that we selected is not the most appropriate for this application. Let's try to reduce the speed a little bit. This will reduce the amount of grease that we need to apply to this specific bearing. So as you can see, it automatically changes the end result within Dialset. We can also customize other parameters, like the amount of hours per day that we will operate, the operating condition. This may have an influence depending on the type of lubricator that you use, the degree of contamination, also the load at which the bearing will operate, among other parameters. All of these parameters will have an influence in the end result of the dial setting operation. After setting up the operating conditions for our application, we can then move to the lubricant and lubricator selector. Here you'll notice that some of the lubricants are grayed out depending on the operating conditions that we chose. In this case, let's select, for example, LGWA2, one of the most common greases we have in our portfolio. If I move back to the operating conditions and, for example, increase the speed, let's just double the speed here, you will see that Dialset is recommending me to use another lubricator. So let's increase the capacity of the LAGD lubricator to the 125 milliliter. You can also notice that when we change the lubricator type, the interface of the lubricator is changed on the right. This makes it easier to configure the lubricator on site. All the main lubricators from SKF are available here for selection. After setting up your application, you can see the details of how to set it up on the right-hand side of your screen. You will see the amount of grease that you will be lubricating and the interval throughout which the lubricator will apply that lubricant. If you intend to print this setting, you can also do so, but you can also save this device and this specific application to your account. For this, you will need to log in with your SKF account. After logging in with your SKF account, you will notice that the icon on the top has changed. With the My Account shortcut, you can access your list of devices. Let's just save this calculation as an example. When saving a device, you can also specify the installation date. Let's imagine I will install it tomorrow. Considering the installation date, I can also set up a reminder, for example, a week before the lubricator needs to be replenished. And this reminder will be sent by email to the associated account, reminding me that I need to replenish my lubricator after the specified time setting. After saving your lubricator, you always have the possibility to confirm a replenishment if this has been done on a specific date. You can also edit your calculation or duplicate it if you want to use part of it for a new application. After saving your applications, you are able to have a device overview as well. So you can see how long you have until the replenishment needs to be done in a specific application. You can see if you have an application which is already overdue and that needs to be replenished as soon as possible. And if you have, for example, some lubricators that need to be replenished soon. This can all be combined with the alert functionality, which we call Remind Me function, within SKF Dialset. This will also enable you to better manage all your lubricators, even if these are not connected.
We hope that this video was helpful for you to get a quick understanding on how Dialset works and how easy it is to set up automatic lubrication. Automatic lubrication doesn't need to be rocket science, and it's especially easy if you use SKF Dialset. That being said, please feel free to head on to our application, drop your comments, questions, and suggestions, and these will be analyzed by our team for further improving this application for you. Thank you very much for watching.